Before we cover the topics related to creating of track diagrams, we first need to talk about scripting expressions. Scripting expressions are to TrainMon5 what Visual Basic scripts are to ATCS Monitor, and they play an integral part in how TrainMon5 works. TrainMon5 scripting expressions are user-defined statements that instruct a TrainMon5 layout how to operate. They can control almost anything from determining what route is lined, which switch is locked, what signal is lit, which block is occupied, the visibility of an item, and so on. We will use this diagram of an expression as a guide to learn how expressions work and create them. It may look like a lot, but we will break it down into its separate pieces and explain what each piece is. Let's start with the expression itself. Expressions contain three core components that make them work. The first is the station mnemonic pairs. The second is the operators. The third component are the conditions. Let's start with the station mnemonic pairs first. The station mnemonic pair is the most basic component in an expression, and by themselves are a completely valid expression. Station mnemonic pairs contain the following characteristics: a station letter or letters, followed immediately by a colon, followed immediately again by the mnemonic in that station that must be active at the time of evaluation to be true. Station mnemonic pairs must not contain any spaces within them. In the first station mnemonic pair, the letter A is the station letter as referenced in the layout, and the NWK is the mnemonic in that station which must be active for the pair to be true. In the third station mnemonic pair, you will notice that it is preceded by an exclamation point. This tells the program that the specified station mnemonic pair actually needs to be inactive in order for the condition or expression to be true. The next component of an expression are the operators. There are only two types of operators in an expression: AND operators and OR operators. An AND operator is reflected in the expression by using the caret symbol preceded and followed by exactly one space. An AND operator works by telling the expression that the station mnemonic pairs on both sides of it must return true for the AND portion of an expression to be true as well. An OR operator is reflected in the expression by a comma symbol preceded and followed by exactly one space. An OR operator works by telling the expression that at least one of the conditions on both sides of it must return true for the expression to be true as well. As a general rule to remember, the only time spaces should exist in an expression is right before and right after an operator. The final component of an expression is the conditions. Expressions can have one to any number of conditions. Conditions are sections of an expression that exist on either side of an OR operator. As long as at least one condition returns true, the expression will evaluate to true as well. Therefore, in this example, both conditions, while appearing slightly different from one another, are logically the same. The first condition is stating that for station A, if the switch is in the normal position and a northbound signal is active, then the first condition of the expression is true. Else, if the switch in station A is not in the reverse position and a northbound signal is active, then the second condition of the expression is true, which in either case the expression evaluates to true. Also, please be aware that each station mnemonic pairing must have its corresponding Z or K naming on the end. Without these, expressions will not evaluate properly. Now, some of you may be wondering why we couldn't just continue using Visual Basic scripts. The reason why is very straightforward. Visual Basic scripts were only supported in Microsoft products, and additionally, the only web browser they worked in was Internet Explorer, which has now been deprecated by Microsoft. Thus, a new way to handle scripting had to be created to maintain compatibility between all of the major web browsers. Also, with this scripting language, there are no theoretical limits as to how long an expression can be. The sky, or Billy, your computer's resources, is the limit.